Hi, I'll be going over data validation in this tutorial. This is a really important topic. Our data models depend on valid data. Your analysis depends on valid data and understanding what's included in the data. So if you're a new user or a first-time user and you're in the application, one of the first things you want to do as an analyst is understand what data is being reported behind what you're looking at. There's several trends in the trend object that can help you analyze that. So you can look at loads per week. You can roll this up to loads per year. So if these are perhaps some metrics that you know about your data, we run 200,000 loads per year, for example, you can come in here and validate that these are the records that I expect to see in the data. Please note the equipment types that we're reporting on here, dry van, flatbed, intermodal, reefer, does not include at this time LTL, ocean, parcel. Those would all be excluded. Same with rail, excluded. And so understanding what's in here is really critical. You can also look at cost over time. That can be really helpful for you. And then one other thing that I would definitely do is look at some recent data, maybe year to date, and then come down to the lanes object. And I would recommend sorting. I've pre-sorted here, position to benchmark least to worst. So this is your lane that has the lowest rate compared to our benchmark. That's kind of getting towards outlier. So worth looking into validating this company rate per load. If you want to know if that includes fuel or not, you can tell over here by looking at your cost preference setting as you've set that. You can validate that by maybe looking in your TMS system or your BI reporting tool. Additionally, one other thing I would do is scan over your carrier names here. Make sure that there's no odd carrier names in here that you wouldn't expect. Maybe an LTL carrier SCAT code slipped through or something like that. I failed to mention on the lane, I would also do the reverse. So I showed you the least to greatest. I would also do greatest to least. So that's the other end of the spectrum. Look at this 129% over benchmark lane rate. Make sure that this is being reported correctly. One other thing is we have data validation built into the application. So we have run several tests on the back end, and what we have default view here for you is expected or recommended. That is the same data that we include in our data models. So that is why we set it at the default. This is the data that we recognize as appearing to be clean and reasonable. Some of those tests that we test for are, does the city match the state? Does the city match the zip code? Is the distance too high, too low? Rate too high, too low? Those are the tests that we're running to test for these two outliers. We have the legacy outlier. If you're a legacy customer of ours and you used our Tableau application and older models, that's the set of tests that those used to use and we still use today. And then when we implemented a newer AI model, we made some improvement to our tests and we added in another layer of testing. So what you can do is you can quickly see, if you click update page, my demo data is going to show a blank page here because it doesn't have any outliers. Oh, I found some. So I've got 25 outliers in this view year to date versus a total population of data at 3,300. So this might be something that I say, great, looks good. I don't care about those 25 loads. If I want to learn more about those 25 loads, I can take my expected out and I can download all load level detail here with this selection. This will send out a spreadsheet that I can analyze. That spreadsheet has every calculated metric that you see in the lanes table. It's at the load level. It has your load ID. It has every metric that you see over here. It also has text explanations as to why we identified each load in each category here as an outlier. Those are located in columns U and V, like umbrella and Victor. Two other important columns in that spreadsheet are R and S. Those are the miles that you submitted and the DAT miles. We use PC Mile, our most recent version. So you can look at those comparisons as well. Please analyze that, communicate with us, let us know if you see any errors in the data, and we will be happy to work with you to improve them. Thank you.